All right, how's that going, everyone? So, how many of you like Kukri knives as much as I do? Kukri knives are an awesome blade. Very handy to do a lot of different things. But it's not about this one today. This knife, it's actually a pretty good Kukri knife. I like it. But it's about what's in this box right here. So, now the funny thing is, let me see if I get that in there. That right there, if you translate it, is a company in Japan that makes chef knives. But this is not a chef knife. This knife comes in another case, kind of like my big, thick Tonto knife. So the stitching on it isn't bad at all. It's actually really nicely done. I will say I don't like the white stitching. They should have went with black because it really contrasts it, but that's my preference. And of course, you have that little pocket. You could put another knife, sharpening stone, matches, whatever. But this is Kukri inspired knife. So that's it right there. And as you can see, it's kind of inspired by it. Let me get the other one. It's kind of inspired by a Kukri. As you can tell, the only difference is does not have that angle going across it. So, and it's got a hollow grind. It's about 3 mil thick blade. It's comfortable in the hands. Very comfortable. Look at that handle. It really, like, your hand really just locks in there, so it's not going anywhere. You have this backside that you can smash with if you had to, but it really keeps your hand locked into that knife handle. It's ebony wood. I kind of like wood handles more than man-made, like G10 scales and stuff. But it feels good in the hands. It's not front heavy, but you can really move it. And this thing is sharp out of the box like crazy. Now, this is from Fusion K. I have one of their knives, the Tonto knife. In the wooden scabbard, I love that Tonto. That thing is thick too. I think, if I remember correctly, it's like a 4 or 6 millimeter thick spine on it. So this one's not as thick. Now, I was reading the reviews on this. A lot of people like this knife. And some people gave this a 3-star, 4-star. They knocked stars off because they said it's misleading. And people really need to get reading comprehension skills. Because they said, oh, it doesn't have a sawback tooth. And they really should redefine it. Nowhere in their description on the page, and I'll put a link to it down below, does it say that this knife has a saw tooth back. Let me show you. See that little jibbing right there? That's what they're talking about. And I'll have some other close-ups of this blade. But that's what they're talking about, is that right there, that jibbing right here. Okay? So that tells me they actually didn't read the description. They just looked at the knife and went, that's a cool knife, and bought it. Now, it says high carbon steel. That's all it says. So it could be CRV 30 or D2 steel. I don't know. It's magnetic. I've checked it with the magnet, so it has iron in it. But yeah, that's why they knocked it off. Nowhere in the description does it say have a sawback on it. If anything, I would say these would be good for ferrule rods because it's kind of has a curve to it, so you could put it on the back and strike a ferrule rod with it. That's what I would say that backing would be good for, and it's just for design. That's about it. You could sit there and use this point right here to really work it. You actually have a lot of wrist control with this knife, so you could like pinch it and use it as a scraper pretty good. Kind of like Kukri. You can pinch the Kukri and use the shallower end and use it as a scraper. You can do the same with this guy. Just pinch it and you'll be able to work it. The only difference is, with this knife you have more to work with than you do a Kukri. But for the price, you can't beat it. It's like $30. I'll put the price of it in the description too. But it's a nice little knife. I mean, like I said, sharp out of the box. I would do some cutting with it, but we got rain today. Again, it's like raining almost every weekend here. It sucks. But it does have a secondary bevel. Like I said, it's hollow grind and it's clean all the way through. So if you're looking for a nice little like camping knife or whatever, this wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad at all. Like I said, the sheath, the stitching on it is done very well. Also, like the other big Tonto knife, it does come with a strap. So, just like the other one, you can hook it up. And these latches are not like chintzy latches on this thing. In fact, I'll show you. They're pretty decent latch with a good spring on it. So it's not like they're horrible. Leather isn't that thick on the strap. It's not very thick at all. Again, it has the white stitching. I don't care for the white stitching. Like I said, I think it kind of like contrasts too much. But you can carry it like this. And if you had to, you could pull it out. You can hold it in a reverse grip, like so. And then you could just drop it right back in there. Or if you really wanted to, for a more quick draw, you could strap it upside down and then pull it out. And then just put it back in. So it is extremely handy to have. It sits comfortably. So it all depends on how you want to carry this thing. It does have a nice wide belt loop. So you have two options of carrying it. You could even sling it onto your shoulder if you wanted to. I mean, attach it to a backpack, especially with these D-rings. You definitely could secure it to a backpack. It's a fun little knife. Like I said, I'll put the description of this, link in the description of this and the price of it. So if you're looking for just like a all-around camping knife or just something to use in the backyard or whatever in your garden, I mean, it's not very expensive and pretty decently made, actually, and it's full tang. As you can tell, you can see it's a full tang blade. So, and you could take the scales off if you really wanted to and change them out so it's not riveted. But yeah, fun knife, Fusion K, and yeah, check it out. We'll see you on the next one.